Giving gracefully. It's Christmas or Hanukkah, depending on what you celebrate. It's a season where we give either gifts or we give of our time. Even families that aren't giving presents, physical presents to each other, are calling each other. So they're giving their time and their attention. And often we're giving our efforts, which is even more than time or attention or gifts. Efforts count. And I remember when I was younger, about 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago even, I had an acquaintance who was working in a food bank. And she was doing a dinner for these families who had no food. And I remember her saying, well, that little girl, she had the audacity to want white bread instead of wheat. Beggars can't be choosy. And at the time, it just struck me as very sad, because this woman was clearly cared about people. She was giving her time. And yet, she was missing a little something in the way of compassion. So I have 3 tips for giving gracefully over this holiday season, not just this holiday season, but also something you can carry throughout your entire life, throughout the years. And those 3 tips are: 1, give with your recipient in mind. 2, give with, if there's an expectation that goes along with your gift, let them know, discuss it. Don't have it in your mind and then later say, well, did you do this? So have the expectation up front. And 3rd, when you give, it's given. At that point, whatever they do with it, that's what they're doing. And sometimes that can be hard to let go of. So the first one, giving with someone in mind. If I'm going to give something to Pat versus, say, something to Dawn, obviously the difference here is male and woman. So you want to keep in mind obvious differences in people that you're giving to. But you also want to keep in mind subtle differences. And these can include income, their class or their workstation, their work levels. This could include family versus just a stranger or friend. And when we think about a person that we're giving to, and we give them something in that thought process, then what we're doing is we're opening up our hearts to really give them something that's going to be valuable to them. And today I received a gift. It's kind of neat. I didn't expect it. It wasn't something that I thought was coming, and it certainly exceeded what I thought was going to happen when I realized it was coming. And I had a friend who I donated money to their Kickstarter program, or the campaign, and she gave me a gift that was the level above me because I was close to it. Anyway, she came in with this box that was just beautifully wrapped. She knows I love travel. I went to Paris a couple of years ago. The box had travel, it had a Paris, it had a ribbon that was just gorgeous. And in it wasn't just 1 or 2 things, but in it were things that she knew I loved. So it was all a bunch of little things that are just fun. It's a Kickstarter gift, so it's not going to be a Rolls Royce. But it had things that I care about and would use and would like. And knowing me, that's what she put in the box. She said that she had made several of these, and each one was unique. So that's where bearing in mind who you're giving to comes into play. And the second one is sometimes when we give, there has to be some sort of expectation. This can be seen when you give to a charity. And oftentimes when we give to a charity, it's to a specific fund or a specific cause. And sometimes when we give to each other, it's that same thing. So if someone is giving you, or if you're going to give a gift to someone that has a specific purpose and need, then let them know what it is ahead of time or upfront while you're giving the gift. This does a couple of things. It eliminates any kind of a buildup of resentment that you might end up having, feeling like your gift is not appreciated, or that your gift is not going where you want it to go, or doing the job that you want it to do. And another thing it does is it gives the person who's receiving it, it gives us a sense of knowing that what to do with it, what you expect from us. If we don't know what's expected of us, we can't fulfill it. Kind of like in Fiddler on the Roof, where everyone has that tradition and they're talking about that and they talk about that. We all know our jobs, we all know what's expected of us. And that's sometimes where things fall out of place, is when we don't know what's expected of us. So it's very helpful. And in fact, I was given a gift recently of the same type, where it was a gift that was given to me, and I said, well, I didn't say anything, but they explained, this is how we're giving it, is that okay? And I was, of course it's okay, it's great. And I know what to do, and I know how to fulfill it. So it makes it perfect. And the third thing is, when you give, it's gone. You've given it. And I know someone who, when they give a gift, they expect things, and they don't necessarily tell you, but they hold on to it. So if you've done something with it, or if you've given it away to someone else, or whatever you've done, they get very offended. They feel like you don't appreciate it, kind of like the second point. But when you give something, you're really helping another person. Even if it's not someone who's struggling or in need, you're making the world a little bit better. You're making it a better place by handing something that wasn't in someone's possession and now is. You're creating a flow of energy, of love, of kindness. You're giving a flow to people. So once you give it, let it go. Because even if they do something crazy with it and you're thinking, what? No, that wasn't my point. The person who benefits from whatever crazy thing they've done or do, that might be a benefit to them that they can pass on to someone else. Your one little gift could end up helping 20 people and you don't even know it. So this holiday season, next year, for the rest of your lives, please keep in mind that when you give, it's a responsibility, it's an honor, and we're thankful.